Sir, in the inception, I must extend my affirmative nod to the tone and tenor of this legislative document, titled under the Energy Conservation Amendment Bill 2022. Already in response to
Honorable
our...
Minister
yes,
is in the house now.
most welcome, warmly welcome. You are talking about you. Sir, as we know that now carbon is going to be an article of commodification. So it is a new phenomena we are witnessing across the globe. शुरू में तो मैं वो 38 देशों की सराहना करना चाहते हैं जो 1997 में कियोटो प्रोटोकॉल में हिस्सा लिया था और उसी समय ये कार्बन ट्रेडिंग की बात शुरू हुई थी. ये जेनेसिस ऑफ दिस कार्बन ट्रेडिंग is allied to the Kyoto Protocol signed in 1997. Thereafter, a couple of years have been elapsed without having any tangible impact on this protocol, but later in the year 2015, Paris Agreement had also come into existence. That means, over the decades across the globe, the issue of carbon trading has been going on. So we cannot afford ourselves to be left out of this international endeavor on carbon trading. To that end, the bill proposes to amend the Energy Conservation Act 2001, which was last amended in the year 2020. The bill seeks to provide a regulatory framework for carbon trading in India to encourage penetration of renewables in energy mix and effective implementation and enforcement of the Energy Conservation Act. Sir, as we know that India has already committed to reduce the carbon intensity of our GDP by 33 to 35% by 2030 from its 2005 levels and to achieve over 40% of its power generation from non-fossil fuel energy resources by 2030 as part of its national determined contributions under the Paris Climate Agreement. What is the present status of the compliance of our agreement? What is the share of our renewable energy in the entire spectrum of energy mix? These are the very relevant issues that needs to be highlighted also. Sir, I shall focus my deliberation on the issue pertaining to the legislative document itself. First of all, a new section 14AA has been inserted, which empowered the central government or any agency authorized by it to issue carbon credit certificate to the registered entity which complies with the requirements of the carbon credit trading scheme. सर मैं थोड़ा 2-3 मिनट पहले बोल दीजिएगा रुकने का समय, अचानक मत बोला करो. I firmly on the view that the right should also be provided. So the right should also be provided to state government as per our federal spirit of the Constitution. Every day here inside the House, we are debating on the cooperative federalism, etc., because a concern has been generating across the nation that by one way or the other, the cooperative federalism is being eroded, is being diluted. So here also, I would like to emphasize that the right should also be provided to state government as per our federal spirit of the Constitution. State government play a very crucial role in promoting the usage of renewable energy, and they duly deserve this right to issue carbon credit certificates. The second point that I would like to highlight that Section 26 of the Energy Conservation Act 2001. The original act says that no person shall be liable to pay penalty within 5 years from the date. However, the substituted relevant section in this bill has no such clause. My another cause of concern is that all these bills seek to bring large residential building within the fold of energy conservation regime. How the relevant penalties will affect the common man? How will they be able to cope with in complying with these provisions of compliance and penalties? I would like that Honorable Minister may provide a distinct clarification on this issue, because it is also a new phenomena to this sector. Also, I would like to draw the attention of the Honorable Minister that the initial capital investment in constructing green building is very much expensive. Additional cost of building on energy efficient home is 5 to 15%, and the payback period is usually between 3 to 5 years. The cost of renewable energy generally varies between 150 to 250 per kilowatt capacity. How the required standards be met? Who will determine the same? आपका ये कोई स्पेशलिस्ट है? ये स्किल हमारा देश में है? आपके पास रेयर अर्थ मटेरियल भी नहीं है, मिनरल भी नहीं है. आप देखे हैं कि हमारे देश के साथ जब दुनिया में मिनरल अलायंस हुआ कुछ दिन पहले, और मिनरल अलायंस में हिंदुस्तान को बाहर रखा गया. निकेल, कोबाल्ट, लिथियम और इसके साथ साथ और 17 रेयर अर्थ जो मिनरल्स है, उसमें चीन की डोमिनेंस काफी ज्यादा है. अमेरिका, यूरोप उनसे बचने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं, इसलिए वो लोग मिनरल अलायंस बनाए, लेकिन हिंदुस्तान को नहीं रखा. तो आप जिस मकसद पे जाना चाहते हैं, उस मकसद के जाने के लिए आपके पास रिसोर्सेस क्या है? आपके पास ये मिनरल टेक्नोलॉजी की क्या हैसियत है आपके पास? हम टारगेट तो बनाते हैं, लेकिन टारगेट बनाने के लिए हमें जो संसाधन चाहिए वो हमारे पास नहीं है. तो इसलिए इस मुद्दे को थोड़ा ध्यान से देखना चाहिए. सर, दूसरी बात यह है कि after section 2 clause D of the original act, the bill adds 2 definitions relating to carbon credit certificate and carbon credit trading scheme to the list. It rationalizes the definition of energy in clause H of the same section by amending it to include fossil fuel, non-fossil fuel, as well as renewable sources of energy. The purpose of the bill has been stated as bringing in a framework for the carbon credit trading scheme. However, the definition as stated in the bill simply mentions that it shall mean scheme meant for carbon emission as notified by the central government. There should be more clarity as to the details of the carbon credit scheme, its structure, implementation, or any inkling of its framework. It gives the government unbridled powers to decide on the modalities as well as details. सर, ये बात रखे गए ब्यूरो ऑफ एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी, इनमें मेंबर्स की संख्या भी बढ़ाया गया 20 से 31 तक. मैं शुरू में मंत्री जी को यह कहना चाहते हैं, देयर इज ए प्रोवर्ब इन आवर कंट्री दैट टू मेनी कुक्स spoil the broth. While on the face of it, this may seem innocuous, but it may create problem because adding several departmental secretaries onto the governing council, there is an increased chance of red tape and slow implementation of tax. सर, इसके बाद मैं ये कहना चाहते हैं कि 25th report of Parliamentary Standing Committee on Energy, which has stated that Bureau of Energy Efficiency has been lagging with respect to financial performance. Given the massive volume of savings that can accrue from energy efficiency in terms of money as well as CO2 emission, the committee noted that the underutilization of funds by the Bureau is unacceptable and called for reforms to ensure full utilization of allocated funds in order to achieve energy efficiency target. तो इसे ब्यूरो ऑफ एनर्जी एफिशिएंसी इस जो ढांचा है, इस ढांचा को और थोड़ा विस्तार से हमें बताइए। सर, अमेंडमेंट में और एक न्यू एडिशन जोड़ा गया 13A आफ्टर सेक्शन 13 of the Principal Act. The clause relates to prohibiting any person from using any name that even nearly resembles the name of bureau or likely to deceive the public. Resembling the name of bureau. It also bars any registering authority from registering any company, firm or other body of persons with a mark name resembling that of the bureau. However, this section sheds no light on what is to be construed as nearly resembling the name of the bureau as such. It provides a wide leeway to the authority from preventing and registering any company, even with legitimate interest. This is opposed to a general concept of ease of business approach and even ease of living, and will give rise to nightmare of red tape for the common people. ये ताजुब की बात है, रिजेंबलिंग होने से मतलब किसी ना किसी तरीके से आप ये फैसला कैसे करेंगे कि ये रिजेंबल करते हैं या नहीं। ये दो तीन मुद्दे सर मैं रखना चाहते हैं, और इस बार मैं दूसरे एक मुद्दे पे आते हैं सर, वो ये कि